On Thursday, the House delivered a stern rebuke to President Joe Biden by passing a bill to force the shipment of bombs to Israel. This highlights significant divisions among Democrats over the Israel-Hamas conflict. Despite being one of Netanyahu's closest allies, Biden maintains a firm stance on Israel's intensified offensive in Rafah. The U.S. has urged Israel to avoid further escalation. However, defying these calls, the IDF has pushed deeper into Rafah, displacing millions. In an effort to deter Israel from its offensive in the densely populated southern Gaza city, the Biden administration recently paused a shipment of 3,500 bombs, some weighing up to 2,000 pounds. These bombs could cause massive casualties in crowded areas. Republicans were outraged, accusing Biden of forsaking Israel, a key U.S. ally in the Middle East.
We're standing in the way of getting Israel the resources it desperately needs to defend itself. The House has tried multiple times to deliver this much-needed aid to Israel, and each and every time now, Biden and Schumer have opposed it. And now, just weeks after Congress passed the National Security Supplemental, which included $26 billion for Israel, the Biden administration is defying the will of Congress and withholding weapon shipments to Israel.
The debate over the bill, quickly brought to the House floor by GOP leadership, revealed Washington's deeply divided stance on the Israel-Hamas war. The White House and Democratic leaders tried to gain support from moderates upset that Biden might distance the U.S. from Israel, and progressives angry that he continues to send weapons. The bill passed with a 224-187 vote, with 16 Democrats joining most Republicans. 3 Republicans opposed it. Republicans argued that the president should not criticize Israel for using U.S.-manufactured weapons, crucial in its fight against Hamas. They were also dissatisfied with the Biden administration's recent approval of a $1 billion arms sale to Israel, including tank ammunition, tactical vehicles, and mortar rounds. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell expressed frustration, saying, "I don't think we should tell the Israelis how to conduct their military campaign, period." The House bill condemns Biden for pausing the bomb shipment and proposes withholding funds from the State Department, Department of Defense, and National Security Council until the delivery is completed. The White House has stated that Biden would veto the bill if it reaches his desk, and the Democratic majority Senate is expected to reject it. Despite this, Republicans remain determined, arguing that passing the bill in the House would increase pressure on Schumer and Biden. Biden halted the bomb transfer over concerns about potential massive casualties in Rafah, aiming to deter Israel from launching the attack. IDF's military operations have resulted in over 30,000 Palestinian deaths in Gaza as Israel seeks to eliminate Hamas in retaliation for its October 7th attack that killed 1,200 people in Israel and took about 250 captive. Netanyahu remains committed to defeating Hamas despite international pressure for Israel to withdraw from Rafah.
The battle in Rafah is critical. It's not just the rest of their battalions, it's also their oxygen pipes for escape and resupply. This battle, of which you are an integral part, is a battle that decides many things in this campaign. I repeat, we are in a critical battle now. Your action helps it end it. Its completion advances us a huge distance toward defeating the enemy.
The United Nations Humanitarian Aid Agency has warned that an attack on Rafah could put hundreds of thousands at risk because many have sought refuge there. The heavy toll has sparked intense protests on the left, including nationwide university campus demonstrations, with some directly targeting Biden. With the general election approaching, the Speaker has focused on advancing partisan bills including those on immigration, local policing, and anti-Semitism, to force Democrats into tough votes. "It's about scoring cheap political points," said Debbie Wasserman Schultz, a Florida Democrat who criticized the pause but voted against the bill, citing potential risks to U.S. national security programs. As an alternative, Michael McCall, the Republican chair of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, introduced a bipartisan bill requiring the president to notify Congress before pausing the delivery of defensive weapons to Israel, allowing Congress to override the hold. Despite this, the 16 Democrats who voted for the bill showed a willingness to defy the president, including those from swing districts and staunch supporters of Israel. Jared Moskowitz of Florida, another Democrat who supported the bill, cited concerns about the message to the U.S. Jewish community. "My community is worried," he said. "Things don't happen in a vacuum." Historically, the U.S. has provided substantial weaponry to Israel, a practice that has increased since the October 7th attack. Some progressives, however, are pushing to end this relationship, arguing that Israel's actions in Gaza amount to genocide, a characterization the Biden administration rejects. "My fear is that we as taxpayers will be complicit in genocide," said Ilhan Omar, a Minnesota Democrat. "That contradicts our national values." The House bill now faces an uncertain future in the Senate, where it is expected to face significant opposition. President Biden has also indicated he would veto the bill if it reaches his desk.